just fucking on tonight. Young and alive. And crossing state lines.
Or, you know, we could go a little more traditional. Go for a walk, watch a movie. Actually, there's a really nice flower exhibit at the Botanical Gardens. Ninja Brian was just telling me about that last week. He loved it. Wait, you know what? Fuck it!
Let's kill some guy tonight. We're holding hands and laughing while we shake 'em in the starlight. Let's take a motherfucking life tonight. Young and alive. Which I can see for that guy. Yeah. Let's kill 5 guys tonight. The cherry cola while we blast a savage drive-by. Let's kill 10 guys tonight.
You know what? First date, let's pump the brakes on the murders.
Let's kill 5 guys tonight. I'll take you back to your place and we'll craft a perfect alibi. Man, we had fun tonight. We're young and alive. And you can call me anytime.
Good first date. Want to do it again next week? No? Oh, all right.
Well, I boot you up and my imagination's running wild. Haven't felt this way since I was building Lego as a child. Got my workbench good to go, my sticks and planks are all stockpiled. And I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. Well, I spent the afternoon staring at my computer screen till I start to see the world in gray and blue and brown and green. These pixels are so simple and so beautiful and clean, and I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. Hey, 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 I've been mining all day long. I could barely drag myself away to sing this song. Hey, 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 my castle's super strong, and I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. All right. Woo. Yeah. Now it's hard to think of offices and motorways and bills when I'm tunneling through oceans, beaches, and cascading hills. These creepers make me run away, these spiders give me chills, but I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. Hey, 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 I've been mining all day long. I could barely drag myself away to sing this song. Hey, 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 my castle's super strong, and I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. That's right. Now I hope that they got Minecraft up in heaven when I die. I'll be logging into God's great super server in the sky. His frame rate's in the hundreds and his settings are all high. We got arrows, food, and diamonds in an infinite supply. Hey, 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 I've been mining all day long. I could barely drag myself away to sing this song. Hey, 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 my castle's super strong, and I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. I feel good 'cause I've been mining all day long. Yeah, I feel great 'cause I've been mining all day long.
Greetings, everyone!
Hi.
We are all here to play with our balls and also learn some stuff. Well, I'm here to play with my balls, and you're all here to learn things. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
You're the background as I teach people.
Honestly, yes, and I'm honestly totally cool with that. I am the jester that jumps around in the background while you do the important stuff.
Okay. Sorry, I'm eating.
Kayla's eating something real quick. While she is eating, let me tell you all the thing that almost made the stream really late. So I got stuck behind. So I stopped. I went to the gym this morning. Had a nice, long, relaxing workout, which I really needed, and it felt great. And on my way back, I was like, well, I'll stop at Burger King. I'll pick up some lunch for everybody. And so I went to Burger King, pulled into the drive-thru, and I get stuck behind a dude in a pristine white 4x4 off-road truck. I always love whenever the trucks say like off-road and they're fucking pristine.
Well, like a big yee truck?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, the big trucks, you know? The kind of trucks that only dickheads drive. And it had a boat attached to the end of it.
Of course it does!
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
But you're going through the drive-thru with that fucking thing?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, so he's going through the drive-thru with that. Sticks his head out, by the way, and he's like... I don't know any other way to describe it. He's got the Chris Watts haircut and sunglasses, and I was like, oh, okay. And I try not to judge people by their looks, because fuck knows I'm not really in a position where I can do that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe, you know, just Bird, stop. You're punchy because you just got out of the gym. Let's not be this way, you know?
Testosterone's up.
Exactly. Let's not be this way. Let's chill. And then he proceeds to, like, sit there for, I shit you not, like, 10 minutes. That's why it took me so long to get back from the gym. Whenever I called Grandma to say I was on my way back. That's why it took me so long. Because he just, like, I don't know if he was fucking ordering half the menu or what. And he's, like, leaned over and he's got his hands out in the mansplaining pose.
Oh,
you know the pose?
God.
Y'all, I'm sorry. You know the pose that cis men get whenever they're explaining things? They get their hands out just like this, almost like they're grabbing a basketball.
It's like they're trying to explain I caught a fish this big.
Yes! It's like, yes! That's what it's like. So he's doing, like, that thing to the drive-thru speaker. So I'm just like, she can't see you. You know that, right? She can't see you. But okay. And so he finally orders everything and he pulls up. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I can just get my fucking veggie Whopper and I can get my veggie Whopper and Grandma's Whopper Jr. and get the fuck out of here. So I start pulling up. And then this motherfucker pulls himself. So he realizes another thing about having a boat on the back of your truck.
You can't make
kind of hard to hit the turns. And so he's like, oh, well, no problem. Throws himself into reverse and starts backing up. And I'm like, dude. And I like I was really lucky there was nobody behind me. I threw my truck into reverse and gunned it in reverse to keep him from hitting me. And he just does not even acknowledge that he actually did. Because he was not slowing down. He was going to back up, by God, and fuck anyone who got in his way. And he, like, you can hear my engine roar as I, like, gun it in reverse to get back really fast. No acknowledgement whatsoever. He just goes on. Never slows down on his reversal or anything like that. And then he gets up to the drive-thru window. And because of the boat, because he cannot properly turn into the drive-thru, he has to get out and stand at the drive-thru. But he can't just get out and stand at the drive-thru window. He's got to do that thing where it's like one foot's still in the truck and the other foot's out. It's like, no, I'm comfortable. It's like, you're not comfortable, dude. Just get out of the fucking truck. Just get completely out of the truck. Stand at the drive-thru window. It's fine. He's got to do the thing where he's standing like one leg in, one leg out, like his hand like cocked up onto the steering wheel and then leaning over really hard with the money. And I'm just like, dude, just fucking get out of the car. Just get out of the truck. It's fine.
You know, I'm reminded of a lesson that I learned from our mom and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
They have a boat. They go fishing quite often. They do tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me one time, because the truck, I happened to be visiting, the truck hauling the boat happened to break down.
Okay.
For some reason. So I had to go there, and I ended up, we weren't that far from the house, so I was just like, you know what, take my car, Go back to the house. I'll wait here. I don't have anything going on anyway today.
Right.
It's fine.
Right.
So me and stepdad, we end up actually getting the car started again.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I think a wire disconnected with the battery at one point.
Okay, yeah, that does happen sometimes, so, you know.
Yeah, so we put it back in.
Okay.
And he said, hey, why don't you get a little bit more experience driving a truck like this? Because it's one of those big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told him before, like, I had one bad experience with it in a Walmart parking lot, and he said, okay, we're taking the back roads. No one's going to be there. And I'd rather you be more comfortable with any car if you get stuck in a situation like this.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? That's fair.
That's sensible.
That's
yeah,
fair.
That's a sensible.
He's
thing.
like, okay, so I'm gonna have you drive this truck with the boat on the back to the house,
okay,
and it'll be easy enough. And it was, and he was actually telling me about different, not so much laws, but common courtesies whenever you have a boat attached to the back of your truck. And one of those common courtesies is if you go to a restaurant, if you make any kind of stop, you are going to the back of the parking lot and parking that thing back there to get out of everyone's way.
Yeah.
I remember this clear as day. It's like whenever Papa taught me about mile markers.
Mm-hmm.
He said, that's your boat. That's not anyone else's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's your boat. You paid for it. You get to use it. It should not be my problem.
Exactly. And I asked him, so you never go through a drive-thru with this thing? And he said, nope, you park in the back of the parking lot and you walk your ass into that restaurant to go get your food.
I mean, yeah.
It's just...
Actually, I don't know if our Burger King's dining room is open. Like, they're pretty skeleton crew right now.
Yeah.
Our Burger King is basically on its last legs.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Last leg's nothing. That motherfucker's on life support.
Yeah. Doesn't even have the strength to push its own wheelchair.
Yeah.
Bojangles is doing fine.
Well, Bojangles is always going to do fine in North Carolina.
Yeah, remember that, like, 2 or 3 week period where it was closed and everyone just kind of lost their goddamn minds?
Yeah. In the middle of COVID, Bojangles closed. Not because of, like, an outbreak or anything like that. They were doing so well, because Bojangles always keeps their drive-thru going.
Yep.
And they were doing so fucking well that they closed for renovations. Because they had the, like, in the middle of the
money
pandemic,
to do it now.
in the middle of the pandemic, they had the money to fucking spruce that place up like you would not believe. They changed, like, I've not actually been inside the Bojangles. Yeah, I haven't been inside since the pandemic started, but I can see on the outside all the work that they've done to it.
Yep.
Like, they fucking spruced that place up.
It's looking good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but, like, so it was closed for renovations, and fucking the whole fucking county just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, the thing...
Our county's fucking addicted to this. Well, all of North Carolina really is addicted to Bojangles.
All of North Carolina is... Our county in particular, it's where the old people go to hang out.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of a mall.
Kind of, yes. It's our county mall.
This small little restaurant that can't even have over 10 people in the drive-thru because they start reaching out onto the street.
And they're always reaching out into the street.
Always.
You've got to very carefully time your Bojangles runs.
That's why I only leave at a certain time when I go see James, because I always go get Bojangles on my way there, so I'll have something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And I always have to leave at a very certain time, because it's the it's the magical time whenever the minimal amount of people are there. So I only have to wait behind 2 or 3 people in the drive-thru.
I've had times where I'll be like, where I'm kind of like, yeah, I am kind of hungry, and I'll just like sort of drive past Bojangles, like if I'm going to the bank to deposit something or something like that, and I'll drive past the Bojangles just to, like, see. And when and in times whenever there is no one in that line, I'm like, it's a sign from God, we're getting Bojangles.
Just whip into that parking
Honestly,
lot.
yes. Honestly, yes. If there is no one in that drive-thru, it is a sign from the Lord Jesus Christ up above, praise be to his name, that we need to get some fucking Bojangles.
Have you ever, whenever you're making the deposit... I'm sorry, we're going way off track.
We're podcasting just a little bit this morning, I'm sorry, y'all.
Have you ever, like, driven down the hill to go to the bank and you saw the Bojangles was kind of empty and you're like, oh, I guess I'll get some whenever I make the deposits and after I finish that up, because it's only going to be a few minutes. You go through the bank, you make the deposits, and you come back up to try and go to the Bojangles, and there's already a line.
And it's packed full. You waited too long.
Yep.
Our Bojangles is the place where, like, if you see no line, get the fuck in there right goddamn now, because in less than 5 minutes, there will be a line out to the street.
Like I said, I pick a very specific time whenever I go see James, because it's the minute-by-minute thing of I can either be there whenever the line is reaching the street, or I'll be there whenever it's damn near empty, and as I'm leaving, the line will be reaching the street.
Yep. Okay, I think we've podcasted long enough about our addiction to Bojangles. We probably should just we should probably just attend an AA meeting at this point.
Does everyone in the chat even know what a Bojangles is?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's so centralized to, like, the southeast region.
Yep.
It's mainly in North Carolina. Is it even outside of North Carolina?
You can't find a Bojangles past West Virginia. I learned that whenever our band class went to New York.
Oh.
And I learned that because there were so many girls in the class bitching how they couldn't get sweet tea past West Virginia.
Yeah, that's just a Yankee thing. Because they'll be like, well, you can add the sugar yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. Add the sugar to the sweet tea after it's already been steeped so that it all just convalesces in a giant sugary clump at the fucking bottom of my glass. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds lovely.
Yeah, I want to be soaking up those molecules while I'm drinking through a straw, because that's going to be the first fucking thing I taste.
Yep. Can't stand up to scream about sweet tea.
I didn't scream about the sweet tea. I watched all the other bitches scream about it. I don't even like sweet tea. So there.
So me. We should probably start this.
I'm
game.
sorry. I was having fun in my defense. I was having fun just us doing our little chat.
Kayla, would you like to share with the class what events we're going to be learning about today before we get started?
Okay. So gather around, children. Gather around. Mommy's got a little
Jordan.
announcement.
Yes, Jordan, we were ranting about sweet tea.
I no shit. I know some people who have to travel out of state for work that do have simple syrup in their car specifically for the tea. No fucking shit. Okay, so gather around, children. Gather around. Mommy's got an announcement. So, Mommy's depression set in quite a bit this week.
Oh, okay.
Mommy did not get a lot done. She got 2 stories for everyone. She got 2 bedtime stories to lull you to sleep. But the third one, she couldn't exactly do because it was a choice between research a 3rd story and spend an hour and a half doing that, or spend an hour and a half doing my lesson from my college class that I'm taking.
Yeah, your college class is more important.
Yeah, Mommy picked the college class.
So
I have Helios.
So what 2 things are we learning?
I have 2 things, and I can riff and do a 3rd one. I don't mind. I'm just letting you know that the 3rd one is not going to be as structured as the rest of them.
We can just talk.
Yeah, we can
Last bit. Yeah, we can just talk for the last
we
bit.
can talk
Fuck knows
more
we're
about
gonna-
Bojangles and how it affects our town's economy.
Yeah. Okay, so our first, well, I say first, with the understanding that it may not be in this order. Our first story being
Helios Flight 522 is the longest one, and it's where we get our word of the day, hypoxia.
Yay! Everyone go yay!
Yay!
This episode of DisasterCast is brought to you by the letter H. And by the word hypoxia.
Yep. And the second story, it's much shorter because, goddamn, I had to reach for the research on this one, is the Stava dam collapse. Which is a kind of a misnomer because it's 2 dams that collapsed at the same time.
I mean, there was a pretty big damn collapse.
Well, that's the last episode, DisasterCast.
And that was the day that the depression fully took over.
I am done with you.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I would be done with me too by this point. I'm surprised you've not been. You've had like, how fucking old are you?
I'm 25.
Yeah, you've had 25 years to put up with me. How have you not been fucking done with me before now?
You didn't live in the house during the divorce.
Okay, you know what? Fair point.
I was about to say, where's the argument? Where's the argument?
For the record, everyone, the reason why I didn't live in the house during the divorce was because I was in college. So, you know, I was literally in another city.
Yeah.
So yeah, more damn disasters.
Let's go ahead and do the damn disaster because, like I said,
Let's get this damn thing out of the way.
get this damn thing out of the way.
Okay, I promise I'm done now.
It's mainly just a thing of like, it was so hard to find all the research on this one. I had to look up like 10 different articles to get all my information. And even then it's only about a page worth, but fuck it, let's make it fun, and then we'll get to the actual good one.
Okay.
Okay. Nope, damn it.
We're gonna make the moon. While you're doing that. We're gonna moon everybody! Sorry.
You're not sorry.
Saluton! Do you know Esperanto?
God.
Maybe we'll invent a cosmic Esperanto! Oh, yes! Almost forgot! A royal present for the hard-working prince! But we felt bashful about handing it to you, so we left it on Earth for you to pick up. We are totally doing more Katamari Damacy after we finish this game.
I know that one.
Yeah, Katamari Forever is fucking happening after this. I love this so much.
I made my peace with that. I knew the second you started this game, we were not gonna stop.
Yeah. You can roll it up while you're making the moon!
How hard is it to get your voice up that
It's
high?
really hard, actually. It's very difficult. I sacrifice so much for you all.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, the fever dream must never end. Alright, rolling around the world. The Katamari should be 300 meters. And we got 25 minutes to do it, everyone.
Good fucking
Here
luck.
we go. Alright, let's go. Fuck you.
Cow!
Cow! Moon!
I thought you were gonna say moo for a second there. I was gonna be like, don't you get the fucking cows from the slaughterhouse trampling on your precious fucking lawn?
They would trample me while I'm out for my walks. We live next to a slaughterhouse, by the way, y'all.
Mentioned many a time.
Yeah.
We live near a slaughterhouse, and our neighbor down the road has 25 reptiles at least.
Yep. Which I'm going to go meet at some point.
I'm sure she'd be happy about it.
Yes, I want to meet them. I want to meet all of them.
New name for the show, Disaster Damacy.
Yes! I mean, this show did start as David Cage Sundays, and then it evolved from there because we ran out of David Cage games.
Yeah, it was David Cage Sundays, then it was What the Fuck Sundays, and now it's Disaster.
I kind of call it What the Fuck Sunday featuring DisasterCast.
There we go.
Kind of, you know. Which, by the way, Izzy, I am actually going to talk to you because Izzy has kindly offered to change the wording on the logo for the amazing art that they created for What the Fuck Sunday. I'm thinking it might be like, I'm trying to decide between like, should we just change it to DisasterCast or should we be like What the Fuck Sunday featuring DisasterCast?
What the Fuck Sunday featuring DisasterCast? Because we don't always. It's
Yeah,
very
sometimes-
rare, but sometimes
yes,
it's just
sometimes.
us playing a weird fucking game.
Yeah, like Cat Lady.
Yeah.
Okay, I have distracted you long enough. Please continue with the story. And of course, Izzy, I will pay you for your time.
We credit and pay artists in this house.
Yes, we do. Oh shit, I forgot to change the topic. Go ahead with the story and I'll fix the topic.
Nah, Izzy, you say that you're gonna make it on the house, but we're not gonna let you.
I will just give you money for being awesome.
It just happens to be at the same time that you're giving the artwork. Okay, so the Val di Stava dam collapse occurred July 19th, 1985. The decade everyone is trying so hard to recapture.
I don't know why. It wasn't that great.
I mean,
I mean, it was alright.
I don't know, I wasn't alive.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, I wasn't alive. Well, that's the thing. We weren't alive, so therefore it couldn't have been all that great. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you that you're wrong.
There you go.
I wasn't gonna tell you that you're wrong.
Okay, continue. Sorry. We're vamping. We're vamping because there's only 2 stories today.
Hey, we're having fun.
Exactly.
It's not vamping when you're having fun. Then it's just chat.
Just chat.
Just chat.
Except we will not change the, we will not ever change the topic to just chatting because weird fucking people show up whenever you change your stream topic to that. Very weird people.
Yeah.
Especially if you turn on a face cam.
Yeah.
Anyway, the world sucks.
When are you gonna upload our facecam stream, by the way?
That is actually going to be going up hopefully today. I just need to design a title card that I'm happy with. I've tried a couple of things that I've just not been happy with. But I think I've got an idea for what we're going to do next, for what I'm going to do for it. I'll show it to you before it goes up.
Just both of us drowning.
It's uploaded, I just need to make it live, is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's uploaded, I just need to make it live, and I don't want to make it live without a thumbnail, and I'm just not happy with the thumbnail right now. I've tried like 3 different things, and I'm just, you know.
And having us as Jack and Rose was not good enough for you?
I mean, that was one of the things, but then I was like, that's a little weird. Let's not do that. I think I might know how I'm gonna do it though. I'll show it to you once I finish it.
I trust you.
Yeah, I'll do that sometime today and show it to you. Anyway.
Let me get started on this goddamn story.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit of background. In the province of Trento, Italy, particularly in the Stava Valley, there was a lot.
Fucking Italy again.
Yep. It's always Italy.
I mean, I'm not trying to pick on you, Italy, but Jesus Christ. Good thing y'all are so good at soccer, I guess. They won this year, didn't they?
I don't fucking know.
Was it Italy that won the World Cup this year? I know that the UK came in second, and so we all immediately started posting domestic violence hotlines. Like, it worries me how normal that is for us that we do that.
The only thing I know about Italy in the World Cup this year was that Alice from Well There's a Problem tweeted in all caps at one point, I thought the finger thing was a fucking joke.
What finger thing?
You know, where Italians like pinch up their thumb and finger and they talk like this. No, it's actually a real thing that they do.
Some stereotypes do have a kernel of truth, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I knew that the World Cup was happening was because she tweeted that, and I was like, "What the fuck is she talking about?"
I mean, Alice can just tweet about Italian people all she wants, as far as I'm concerned. She
Alice
can do whatever
tweets
she
about
wants.
a lot of things.
Alice can tweet about whatever the fuck she wants to tweet about because Alice is awesome.
Yeah.
Go listen to Well There's Your Problem. Not right now. Do it.
Yeah, not right now. They have actual credentials to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
And they're funnier.
Yeah. We basically swagger jacked them, and they haven't sued us for it, which is really awesome of them.
I think it's because I donate so much to her other podcast Patreon. By the way, go listen to the Kill James Bond podcast. They completely rip on James Bond movies and call him out as a sexist asshole.
Yay.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, anyway. The ball can go the ball can go anywhere. Go ahead and do whatever you want.
Calling card.
Excuse you, I would never do such a horrible thing.
Is that your sex offender calling card?
Listen, you.
Yes. I'm listening.
Listen, brother.
I was about to say, we are literally Thor and Loki.
We are, and I like that about us.
Yay.
Oh, come on! I want the last one! Give me the last one! Come on. There we go, I got it. I caught all the tuna. I've single-handedly destabilized the fishing economy of this village.
In the province of Trento, Italy, particularly in the Stava Valley, there was a lot of mining for silver in the early 16th century.
Okay.
Apparently they eventually ran out of silver. And around the 20th century, the mining shifted more towards fluorite due to the rising chemical industry, because that's a main ingredient in a lot of chemical work.
Okay.
One mean used to mine for the fluorite was via a mixture of water, rocks, and foaming agents to extract the fluorite from rock debris. But doing this produced a lot of toxic waste that needed to be collected, stored, and dried.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I get the feeling that I know what's gonna be
You
happening
think
here.
that you know, but you actually don't.
Ooh, that makes it even better. I love it when it's a hard left turn out of nowhere.
So using this method as their
This man is holding up a house.
is that what you want your press weight to be?
Yeah, that is the squat goal that I have set for myself. Like Hercules, you know the story of how Hercules, when he was a child, he picked up a small pole and put it on his shoulders and did squats with it, and then like as he got older, he would keep doing it with the same with that same horse, do the same squats every morning. But of course, the horse would grow too, so he would grow as well. Like a whole myth.
I actually have never heard that.
Ashley told it to me. Yeah.
I learned something today.
Yeah.
So using this method as their main means of getting the fluorite, they had a lot of mud left over from where they had to make this huge mixture.
Oh.
And
Like
this,
mud or quotation marks mud.
yes. And, well, they had to store this mud somewhere. Okay.
Okay, oh man.
Okay, so. The first dam.
Oh, the first one.
So the first dam of the first basin
Uh-huh.
to be built was made by separating gravel and sand from the water and the mud. They were using the mud that they're trying to store. They were taking out the gravel and the sand,
Okay.
and they basically molded that to be the dam wall.
Great.
And this is a valid means of construction. This is a valid construction method. It's just used for really small basins
Or beaver dams.
or beaver dams.
The beavers be like, yo, what the fuck?
Also, it's only used for small dams, mainly because it's cheap. I mean, understandable for them. They're like, hey, we're already having to store this mud. Why not use some of it to make the basin we're gonna store it in?
I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense, kind of.
It makes sense when you say it like that.
If the corporate ladder high enough, get enough oxygen deprivation, it'll make perfect sense.
I mean, it is Italy.
So corrupt yourself up the corporate ladder enough and it'll make perfect sense.
You cut down the rungs of the ladder until it gets to where you want it to be.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So because of the amount of mining that they were doing, they had to build 2 dams to hold all of this mud that they were making.
Oh my god. It's like my arms cannot hold all this mud.
The first dam, excuse me, had a wall height of 25 meters and was situated 150 meters above the floor of the valley on basically a hill.
Oh, yay.
They had it on the side of a hill.
And they were like, yeah, this is fine.
150 meters up an almost sheer rock face.
Yep, this is fine, this is fine.
And they were only about 800 meters away from the valley itself where all the people lived. And
He was like, should we maybe move this farther away from where all the people live?
no, this is right where the mine is. It's fine.
Yeah. This will make it easier for us, so therefore it's fine.
So the first dam was 150 meters up the wall.
Okay.
The second dam was about 250 meters up the wall, right fucking above it.
I feel like that might not be the best idea.
It was constructed above the first one, and they made it just a little bit taller at 34 meters instead of 25.
Okay.
There are 2 dams to hold all the leftover mess coming from this mining location, and they were right above a valley where people live.
As long as nothing goes wrong, it'll be absolutely perfect. I mean, as long as nobody sneezes. You ever like make one of those like Jenga-like towers, and you know whenever you're pulling the almost all of the, it's like just a little skeleton tower because
Yeah.
you're so far along in the game, and you're just like, okay, if nobody sneezes or breathes, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what this is making me think of.
Well, the dams were built in 1969. Nice. And the collapse didn't happen until 1985, so it lasted almost 15 years.
Wow, a whole 15 years of nobody sneezing. Well done, everyone. Well done. Well done, team. But, you know, whenever the sneeze happened, oh man.
When the sneeze fucking happened, my dude.
Oh.
So by 1974, the local administration of Pesaro, this is about 5-ish years after it was the two dams were built.
Oh god.
That just I don't know why, but that just fucking amazes me. Like, you built a dam to try and hold all the mud. It wasn't good enough, so you built one right on top of the other one.
And then it burned down, fell over, and sank into the swamp. Is about where I'm expecting this to go.
It's like that ancient Greek battle where Julius Caesar built a wall around the town, and then he built another wall whenever the invading forces were coming in.
Julius Caesar was wrong.
Whatever. Didn't I just say ancient battle?
You said an ancient Greek battle.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I do kind of like teasing you.
Nah, it's fine. This is how I learn. You're not doing it maliciously like Dad. This is how I learn.
Do it because I love you.
There you go. So by 1974, the local administration of Pesaro was demanding stability control and security for the two basins, so they demanded a survey be conducted.
Okay.
Fair enough,
Yeah, you know. It's like, hey, maybe we should make sure this thing won't kill everybody.
basically. Excuse me.
Get it all out.
Okay. So while the report concluded the gradient of the dams as extraordinary, which is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you see something like made out of rock or cement, and you look at the gradient to see how close everything is together? That's how you know how much stronger it is.
Yeah.
This was not like that.
Oh no.
It was not like that. So the gradient of the dams as extraordinary, quote unquote, and that the stability of the construction was, quote, at the limits.
Oh god. And they are literally going, no, this is an official statement. Fucking nobody sneeze.
Pretty much. Except, the mining company simply gave authorities a positive security report so they could have permission to raise the height of the second dam and to get that pesky government off their backs.
They said, okay, nobody sneezes, someone went running in there with some pepper. Does pepper actually make you sneeze?
I don't know. I've never
like had pepper make me sneeze. Usually it's just allergies.
Well, I've never thought to try it the fuck out. Well, doesn't seem like a good idea.
No, it's fine. Oh, I caught some swordfish.
Okay, can you catch Sean Connery?
No. Why can't I pick up these boats?
Okay, so Izzy says, yes, it does. It also burns the fuck out of your mucous membrane.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Now we know. Now we just have to battle.
So anyway, between 1978 and 1982, the basins actually weren't being used at all, which also meant they weren't being controlled or inspected by anybody.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, it's an abandoned dam. I'm sure it'll be fine. People abandon things all the time.
Well, they did get it back into use around 1983.
Okay.
I could not find a reason as to why there was a break in using it. I'm just...
They got bored with it.
Italians. Just Italians.
Fair.
So, the disaster, it's getting to the fun.
Oh boy.
in the middle of the day, around 12:25 p.m. Due to pressure buildup coming from a water pipe sagging, leading to less effective drainage in the top basin, as well as an increase of pressure on the bank of the upper dam, water began flooding into the poorly maintained upper dam.
Right.
From the reservoir behind it. There was a reservoir of water right behind this
Oh my
thing.
god.
It's fine, everything's fine.
I mean, I hate to be that person, but genuinely, at a certain point, you are kind of just asking for a disaster, you know?
Yeah, and remember how this thing's filled with mud and the walls are kind of pieces of mud?
Yeah. Mud is not really known for being a super structurally stable building material.
Well, it can be.
It can be
But
under
there's
certain
a reservoir
circumstances.
of water now
Yeah, it's
starting
like-
to flood
Yeah,
into
it's
this
like, but
thing.
you know, whenever it gets wet, it's not.
It be mud again. It go from rock wall to mud.
Yeah.
Just add water.
Instant mudslide. Just add water.
Yeah, this water liquefied the soil in the bank of the dam within minutes, causing pressure, and the soil began to sag as it turned into mud.
Oh dear.
So, the upper dam's bank just failed.
It just went.
It had a bank holding it up against the cliff, and then that bank be gone.
George,
Bank be gone.
build your own landslide in one easy step.
I don't replace your fucking Build-A-Bears.
I don't know. Build-A-Bear is still a pretty good name. Did we check the status of any Build-A-Bears in the area?
It's 1985 in rural Italy.
Build-A-Bear is everywhere. It's like Shrek.
Really, because the closest Build-A-Bear we have to where we are sitting right now is about 45 minutes away.
Build-A-Bears love Build-A-Bear's life.
Yeah, Izzy, just picture a dam of sand on the beach once the tide comes in.
Yep.
That's not stable. So, the upper dam fell. And you know where it fell?
Into the lower dam?
Into the lower dam.
And what did the lower dam do?
The lower dam said, fuck this sudden weight and pressure.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. And it created a giant mud flow that now had the walls of 2 dams in it. All this water coming from the reservoir as well. And it was just sliding down the hill at about 90 kilometers an hour.
In normal people speed, how much is that?
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, fuck you, wind energy! Fuck you, going green and eco-friendly! Fuck you, Green New Deal!
So 90 kilometers an hour is about 56 miles an hour.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Fun fact, a bear can run about 25 miles an hour. You are not outrunning a bear.
no, you just gotta outrun the poor sucker that's with you.
Yeah.
So yes. Damn domino dams. Now at your local Pizza Hut, ironically. So, we had 2 dams that have fallen down very suddenly. A lot of water, a lot of mud, a lot of bullshit now.
Okay. Could have just texted me and told me that, but okay.
And now all of this is heading down the 800-meter distance to this valley.
Oh, to the unsuspecting well, I mean, I imagine by this point they were probably suspecting.
Yeah, they were suspecting.
Because that was probably pretty loud.
And this was much different from the other dam disaster we talked about because it was the middle of the day when this happened.
So this is a very much a suspecting village.
Very much a suspecting village. And because I think it's both the noise of 2 dams collapsing and also you can probably feel the rumble and weight of this giant slide of earth hurtling towards you as fast as a car.
Mm-hmm. Probably. It's like in Jurassic Park where you feel the boom boom.
Boom, boom. But wait, there's even more.
Oh god!
Within less than a minute, 50 seconds, the mud flow had crashed through the entire village and destroyed everything in the town.
Holy
That village was fucking gone.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Here today, gone the next minute.
Yeah.
It's like that saying in North Carolina or any southern state, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Oof. If you don't like the village, just wait 5 minutes.
That's what I
Wait
was
less than a minute. We apologize for making light of what was no doubt a very horrific situation for the people involved.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of how we cope.
We make jokes because we can't cry.
Pretty much, yeah.
So within 3 minutes of destroying the livelihoods and no doubt actual lives of all these people in this town, the flow had reached the Avisio River, which was 4.2 kilometers from the town.
Okay.
It took less than 5 minutes for it to get from the sheer cliff face where it was perched to this river almost 5 kilometers away. Less than 5 minutes.
Oh god. That thing was moving.
Yeah. So that town was gone.
Yeah?
That town gone.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a before and after picture.
That would be the most horrific before and after picture ever.
You can find the before and after picture.
Jesus Christ.
And yes, I am putting it in the disaster profile tragedy topics thing right now.
Yay. Hey Slime with Teeth, how you doing? We're talking about one of the biggest dam collapses ever. While this very happy song. It's very odd how this song is like so happy in the background of me while I am like literally murdering so many people.
So if you want to pause real quick,
Okay.
that's the before and after.
Holy shit. That shit was gone.
It was gone and rolling to the river. So the afterwards.
Oh yeah. The aftermath.
There wasn't a lot of things I could find out about this, but I did find something.
Okay.
So it was agreed upon by some committees who did obviously they left some investigations onto what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And it was agreed upon.
Called up Mac McMuscles, was like, hey, find out what happened.
What happened? God, all that fucking noise.
I know, right?
Well, gotta destroy some more towns and livelihoods.
Yeah.
You are the dam. You have become the dam.
I mean, it's gonna take me a little bit longer than just less than a minute. Just wait for this damn away, not gonna lie.
50 seconds.
50 seconds, yeah.
50 fucking seconds.
I didn't quite make it.
No, you didn't. Okay. It was agreed upon that the poor maintenance of the dams after they were built and the lack of vital checks on them in the preceding years between uses affected the ability for anyone in power to know that they needed some serious reconstructing.
Yeah.
So, no one fucking paid attention to the dams. And it was like, what the fuck, goes? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Maybe we'll try making the North Star first.
Okay. It was officially decided that the chronic instability of the dams, especially the upper one, were the biggest factors in the collapse. Because, you know, how your house stand with mud wall, though?
Again, the wise man built his house upon the rock.
Okay. In June 1992, 10 people were convicted of multiple manslaughter charges. Because, 268 people died in this.
Was it 268 manslaughter charges?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
268 manslaughter charges, as well as culpable catastrophe charges, which I did not know was a thing, but apparently, yes, it is. It kind of amounted to, hey, your negligence caused all this bullshit.
We gotta try to guess if we make it to 10 meters big. Oh, boy.
Bitch, I'm not good at guessing.
I know, right? It's like, this is literally the worst thing you could have asked me to do. I'm so terrible at this.
I am too. I'm the person where if you ask me directions, I'm not gonna tell you go a couple miles down this road. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you go down the road for about a minute until you see this house.
Yeah.
So they were all sentenced to prison time, but I couldn't find any specifics, nor could I find any follow-up litigation from, any of the families of the victims or anything.
Because why would you need to know that?
Yeah, so 10 people were charged and sentenced to jail time. No idea if they actually served it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, nah.
Yeah. So what have we learned today, kids? Italians, man.
Mud will create a pretty big damn disaster.
You're not wrong.
He's like, that's not untrue, but I'm also kind of angry with you about that.
Yeah. Chat, what do you think we learned today?
This is the lesson we can take away from this.
I stand by my lesson. Italians. Italians and a half-hearted shrug. Same thing with the Costa Concordia.
Italians, man. Okay. You're all coming with me. All of you. All of you.
Izzy says, Italy makes dams the way they make their pasta. No, their pasta's good.
Earthbenders are extremely underrated. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
Earth truly is the greatest of all the elements.
Seriously, what? Toph would be disappointed.
Yeah, but I mean, Toph's a cop, so who gives a fuck what Toph thinks?
True.
Sorry, Toph. I love you, but ACAB.
ACAB.
It's like the same feelings that I have for Nicole. I love you, but ACAB.
Yep.
So, that's story number 1.
Yep.
Yay!
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna get to the better one.
We gather here today to learn even more stories of horrific disasters and the deaths of many, many people.
Yeah. At least this next story has, like, arguably one MVP.
Oh, okay.
One hero.
Ooh.
One attempted hero.
Oh, no. Yeah. You start, like, that made me feel pretty good, and then you went to attempted hero, and I went, oh, yep. Oh.
It can't be all good, otherwise it wouldn't be hero.
That's true. It wouldn't be a disaster cast if everything was... Otherwise, we call this the hunky-dory cast. Which would be less of a podcast about disasters and more of just photoshopped images of Buff Dory from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Come here, all of you.
I was kind of staring into space and letting you talk. I'll be completely honest. I was just like, let him go. Let him go.
Wait, let this idiot just keep on talking.
Just let him go. Sounded like they stopped. Then just agree.
We gotta try to estimate whatever this thing is 10 meters big.
When you can roll up a building.
That's fair.
When you can square up with a building and feasibly have a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway,
Helios Flight 522, August 14th, 2005.
Oh, this is a pretty recent one.
I would say I'm surprised I didn't hear more about it, but I was literally like 9.
I think I have vague memories of hearing about this.
Probably.
But they're extremely vague, so.
Sounds like my memories of the Challenger explosion.
Yeah.
Like, everyone says they can remember what happened, or like their TV in their classroom.
Do you mean 9/11?
No, I'm talking about the Challenger. As
I'm
well.
pretty sure Challenger exploded before either of us was born. I'm pretty sure that was in the 80s.
Let me double check.
So if you can remember the Challenger explosion, we have something else we need to be discussing
Yeah,
besides.
you're probably right. You are most likely right. Yep, Challenger was 1986. I am sorry.
I think you probably meant 9/11.
Probably.
Or there was another shuttle. Yeah, that's true. There was another shuttle that
It was most likely 9/11 I was thinking of, though.
probably
Because I was in kindergarten when that happened.
was. No, you were a little bit older than that, I think. Not like that much older, but you were a little bit older because I was getting ready to start. I was getting ready to start middle school.
Yeah, it was either kindergarten or first grade.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, I remember the teacher crying and and we all got sent home early and the TV was on and the whole time. Yeah, the Columbia explosion. Again, I'm so sorry we keep going off track.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh yeah, the Space Shuttle Columbia was 2003. Although I don't remember that one. We probably stopped giving live feeds to children at that time after 9/11.
That's what made us all. That's what made us all PC. We stopped letting our children see death live on their screen.
Yeah.
Remember that guy that held a press conference because he was gonna kill himself and he pulled out his gun and everybody started freaking out and he had to actually stop what he was doing and explain that he wasn't gonna kill any of them.
Yeah.
Like he had this whole dramatic thing all planned out and then everybody started freaking out and he had to like go off script like, wait, this isn't for y'all.
Bud Dwyer.
It's an awkward moment whenever your grand final moment is kind of is slightly ruined.
You better not have watched the video of that.
I didn't.
Good.
I did not. No.
Good.
No. I know my limits on things that I can handle, and I'm like, nah.
I'm the only one who's seen it in this house, and it needs to stay that way. But no, I was talking about 9/11 because I just remember everyone talks about, oh, where were you whenever it happened? Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here like, I was in first grade? I don't fully remember everything, but I do remember a day where our teacher kind of disappeared with all the other teachers. We were all left in the classroom.
Which was, a really great idea.
Yeah.
Well done, school system.
I can't even remember if they let us go home early that day.
I think they did.
Yeah, according
I wasn't even at school that day. I was at the doctor's office that day. Because, remember that was the day we found out I wasn't gonna need surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And, on one hand, cool. On the other hand,
Yeah. I assume whoever took you just immediately went, we're going to get Kayla.
both mom and dad went with me.
And I assume they just immediately went, we're going to go get Kayla.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, I don't remember seeing anything on the TV. What I do remember is being left alone in the classroom and just coloring with a couple of my friends and not really understanding what was happening.
Yeah, because you were teenagers. I was teenagers.
I was about to say!
You were in kindergarten. You shouldn't have been expected to understand what was going on.
I know our teachers were kind of bummed out.
That's one way to describe it.
I think you might...
I know that it feels like we're making light about 9/11, but it was in 2001. Everybody calm the fuck down already. And also, way more people died during COVID, and we're not having big, tearful memorials for them, so...
Yeah, why is that?
Oh, because that's not political. Because we don't have a brown person to blame COVID on.
I think you might be at 10 meters.
Oh, the King's, stepping in. Oh. Oh, whoops. So if we go over... Oh, so if we go over, he gets upset. Oh.
That's some bullshit.
It is some bullshit. I should have listened to Raging Username and just done it then and there, but I thought, no, I'll make it a little bit bigger. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just listen to Raging.
Okay, I'll listen to Raging next time, I promise.
You listen to Raging, I'll listen to Izzy.
Okay. I'm sorry, Raging. I'll listen to you this time, I promise.
And then everyone listens to Shoal Monkey and just...
Everyone listens to Shoal Monkey's puns and goes...
It's a, God, we love you, but you're trying us hard. That's some bullshit. You stop you whenever you make it too big.
I know, right?
Okay, I've been avoiding this. Helios Flight 522. The craft involved was a Boeing 737.
It's always a fucking Boeing 737!
I literally have in my notes, which I fucking hate. I have made my feelings very clear on a Boeing 737.
Next time we go to TwitchCon, you're gonna be like, what fucking plane are we taking?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Gonna be like calling Minx up, be like, hey, what plane are you taking? Minx is gonna be like, the one that goes in the air?
You think I'm gonna call Minx? No, I'm gonna have you do it.
Okay, fair enough. It's like, Minx, listen, you gotta make sure you don't get on a Boeing 737. Like, why? Just trust me. Or at least if you're going to, don't tell Kayla that that's what you did.
What the fuck you say about me in there?
Nothing?
Is that bitch taking a Boeing?
No! No, she's not taking a Boeing!
Is she on a bitchy Boeing? She gotta kill her wife! Pretzel's gonna be an orphan!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's how serious I am about these things.
You're giving me very strong, like, Amy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine vibes with this. Which I dig, not gonna lie, because Amy's pretty awesome.
I am pretty awesome, aren't I?
Yeah.
So the plane landed at Larnaca International Airport in Cyprus at 1:25 a.m. on the day of the incident, where it later left that day for the fateful flight we're gonna talk about.
Oh boy!
Quick crew rundown, because we always gotta have a crew rundown.
Okay.
Captain was Hans-Jürgen Merten. No, I'm not joking. That was his name.
Is this a Swedish flight?
Technically,
Is he Swedish?
He is Swedish.
Because that's I knew it because I was like, that is the most Swedish fucking name I have ever heard in my entire goddamn life.
Hans-Jürgen Merten, M-E-R-T-E-N, which is how I assume it's pronounced. I don't know Swedish.
I mean, it's safe to assume because, like, that is the most Swedish sounding name I've ever heard.
Isn't it though?
Like, I love how you just told me the name and I immediately went, was this in Sweden? Is this guy Swedish?
It's not in Sweden.
But the pilot was Swedish.
The pilot was Swedish.
Okay. I do like how I was able to...
Cyprus is not in Sweden.
Well, I mean, you know. I'm not good at geography, and also, I kind of only half listen to these things.
He was age 58 and he flew for over 35 years.
Okay, good for him. Well, I mean, you know, up until that last flight, but, you know.
I mean, first officer, Pampos, God damn it, Paralambos, that's one gonna go with.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Age 51, and he flew for Helios for 5 years.
Nice.
And chief flight attendant replacement, because the chief flight attendant got sick and is arguably one of the only people to have survived this whole thing, just because they had the virtue of catching the flu.
They got a tummy ache.
Pretty much. Chief flight attendant replacement, Luisa Buteri, age 32.
How long have they been flying for?
Don't know.
Oh, great.
Pretty sure it's a woman, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
Aw.
Yep. Slime with you. I'm back from 4 ads. What I missed. Nothing. We were vamping for a bit about how much I hate Boeing 737s. Okay.
Somebody just give Slime with Teeth a, somebody give Slime with Teeth a sub so that I don't have to hear them complain about it anymore.
God, be a bitch about it, why don't you?
Hey Kevlar Wolf, how are you? We are, I am playing Katamari Damacy while Kayla tells us about a crash of yet another Boeing 737. AKA the only plane that ever crashes, apparently. Oh no, you're fine, Slime. I'm just being a dramatic asshole. I'm just being a cunt.
Well, you were a theater kid.
That's true. I'm just like,
wiggle it just a little bit. Okay. So the plane left from Cyprus at 9:07 a.m., just a few minutes behind schedule, not that big a deal.
okay.
The plane was scheduled to arrive at Athens for a layover stop, and its final destination was intended to be—
Final destination! Sorry.
Don't you fucking interrupt me again.
The final destination.
It was intended to be Prague in the Czech Republic.
I recovered! Did you see that? I recovered. Does that look like 10 meters to you?
I don't know.
Chat, what do y'all think?
Raging, does it look like 10 meters?
Oh, stop it!
Okay. The plane was carrying 115 passengers and 6 crew.
Yay! Yay!
You wanna guess? I run a bet. How many of them do you think survived?
0.
Yep.
Yeah, with airplane crashes, it's always safe to bet on 0.
Hold on, my computer fell asleep.
That 8 is my guess. Okay, Raging username, I'll take your word for it.
Raging, you know this better than we do. Okay. So, just a little tidbit of info.
Okay, I like tidbits.
When the plane had originally landed in Cyprus, the previous crew reported an issue with the frozen door seal and some abnormal noises coming from the right aft service door.
Feels like those are things that should be pretty immediately investigated.
They were.
Oh, okay. Wow, I'm sorry, that's so abnormal.
I know.
That's so abnormal on this show.
So a full inspection of the door was carried out by a ground engineer, which involved setting the pressurization system for the whole cabin to manual rather than auto.
Wait, what?
The pressurization in the cabin is meant to be automated,
Right.
and it clicks in whenever the doors are sealed shut.
Right, so that your pilots don't pass out.
In order to check the pressurization, he had to set it to manual to get a check on where the possible leak might be in the door.
Oh. How's that look? Does that look like 10 meters to you?
Close enough to me.
Looks pretty close.
Looks pretty close. Can you roll up a tree?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Alright. How'd we do, King? We are not certain, we are not at all sure. Oh, okay.
Oh god, so close.
We're almost there. Just a teeny bit more. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Meters is almost twice the height of a drone. Okay, thank you, Jordan. That actually helps me. I need a physical thing that I have laid eyes upon in order to measure distance. This whole meters and centimeters and all that shit doesn't work. Tell me it's the length of a hockey stick, and then I can maintain 6 feet of distance, or the length of one atom driver.
The North Star is finally back.
The size of a telephone pole.
Never be lost
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, see, things like that. That's how
We're
my brain
very
works.
visual learners.
Yeah, I'm an extremely visual learner, so.
We have to have a point of reference that we immediately understand.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have Adam Driver. He has a hockey stick.
Yeah.
He is not a fellow Canadian, but God does he wish he was.
No, not really. Canada's going through an awkward phase right now, what with them finding all of those quote-unquote
Yep.
schools that were actually torture and death facilities.
Yep.
So... Gonna try again to make the move. Moon!
But you found a website.
The measure of things. Oh my god, I love that. I'm gonna start using that. Alright. Here we go.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Thanks.
So again, the pressurization system was set to manual rather than auto so that they could perform the test.
Okay.
But wait, there's more.
Oh god.
Once the test was completed, the ground engineer failed to reset the system to auto.
I knew it! I knew that was gonna happen! I was like, he's gonna forget to fucking fix it, isn't he?
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Jesus Christ.
The crew of the flight overlooked the pressurization system manual state 3 times in their checks before and after takeoff, so no one on the flight deck noticed the incorrect setting.
Oh my god!
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Oh my god!
If they had noticed, not only would they see the manual setting, but they could have seen the aft outflow valve was partially open.
Which it's not supposed to be.
It is not supposed to be, no.
Oh no. So does that mean that it's not it wouldn't be able to maintain correct pressure anyway?
No.
Okay.
No, this thing was fucked.
Okay. So even if it was on the automated setting, like it was supposed to be, it
There
wouldn't have
was
been able
still
to
a
maintain
leak and an opening that needed to be taken care of.
Right. Look at my little guy, his little feet are just going like crazy.
It's so cute. Yeah. So as a result of all of this, as the aircraft began climbing, the pressure inside the cabin just gradually started to decrease.
Fun fact, everyone, whenever there's not enough air pressure, you fall asleep.
Hypoxia!
Yeah, that's what hypoxia is. You fall asleep, and then you die.
Hypoxia is a condition in which the body or region of the body is deprived of adequate oxygen supply at the tissue level.
Yay! Basically, your body stops working. Woo!
Your body doesn't have any oxygen in it, so it can't function because guess what? Your blood cells, they have oxygen in them. That's how oxygen gets around your body.
Fun fact, that's also why some fighters and cardio athletes in general train at mountain level. Yep. They train up in the mountains because the oxygen is thinner, so their muscles have to work twice as hard, which means that they have to... Your muscles can acclimate to a certain amount of thinner air. Not to this degree, let's make that very clear, but a certain amount of thinner air your muscles can acclimate to and still work, and then whenever you get back to sea level, your muscles are more efficient because they're used to pulling more oxygen than most people's muscles are.
It's like that. It's like last week's story about the dam, how there was a whole bunch of oxygen sitting on top of the water. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more oxygen at sea level.
Yep. But there's very, very little where we're going!
Yeah, that's why, like, a whole bunch of fighter pilots, they have, like, compression suits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens to Winona in season 4, episode 2.
Oh,
Hypoxia.
God. 1 minute, 15 seconds.
1 hour.
1 hour, 15 minutes.
Before the first Winona Earp reference, and I didn't even start it.
You never started, but you always encourage it.
Yes, I do.
So after passing 12,040 feet in altitude, the cabin altitude warning started going off. So there's a warning system of, hey, pressure,
Pressure.
pressure, 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 pressure.
It's like me during work. Oh god, pressure, pressure.
Why do you think I quit? I quit for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
So this should have told the cabin crew to stop climbing. It should have told them, hey, we not getting no oxygen.
Why didn't it? Because they were already passed out?
Instead,
Oh no.
they misidentified it as the not ready for takeoff signal because they sound identical.
Holy shit.
Yep. So they just thought a wonky not ready for takeoff signal was happening after they'd already climbed so much in altitude.
Well, even then, you'd think you'd still be like, well, maybe we should like check that out because that's weird that the not ready for takeoff signal's going off when we've already took off.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. Within a few minutes after this signal went off, tons of lights on the overhead panel came on to signal so many things were going wrong, including the master caution light.
Uh-oh. So literally this plane was doing everything in its power to tell this crew, hey, something's not right.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Jesus Christ.
By the time the crew had reached 18,000 feet, because they were already starting to feel the effects of hypoxia, but the plane was on autopilot, basically, to reach its cruising altitude. At 18,000 feet, that's whenever the oxygen mask in the passenger cabin had deployed.
Right?
It was already kind of too late.
Yeah.
Because, when hypoxia hits, that shit hits.
It also affects your reasoning abilities.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see that in a second.
That's why I'm gonna do it again, that's why in that episode of Why Don't Arc where she gets hypoxia, she is acting really, really silly, and at one point she says, hello, mutant, where's my mute uncle? That's why I love that show.
I was about to say, this is a weird fucking show.
I know, but I love it.
I don't blame you.
All this happening while Nicole is about to be eaten by a zombie. And it's just like, it is like in the next room, like, how do I gotta screw around here and get a fucking gun? I really love that show.
Yeah, I can tell.
Anyway, continue.
So the captain radioed Helios operations after the cabin altitude warning signal at 12,000 feet, but he reported it as the takeoff configuration warning, and that cooling equipment, normal and alternate offline. So he was saying everything but the pressure in the cabin was off.
Oh my god!
Because again, they sound identical. So he was just radioing in to report what he thought was just a simple alert malfunction. But again, already feeling the effects of hypoxia.
Yeah, his reasoning ability is not the best. It's like whenever we talked about the Franklin expedition and how they took a fucking writing desk with them.
Yep.
Instead of food and fresh water.
People make a lot of bad decisions when they're not in their right mind.
Yeah.
So, the captain spoke with the ground engineer who had worked on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And the ground engineer said the captain was repeatedly telling them that the cooling ventilation fan lights were off.
What does that mean?
Nothing! It means nothing!
So he might as well have just been saying salad, toaster!
Pretty much.
Wow. Salad, toaster, vada bordo caso! It's like, is he speaking Italian?
Oh, boy. The engineer asked the captain, can you confirm that the pressurization panel is set to auto? Because I think he realized what might be happening.
Wow, that's a really good engineer.
Yeah, but a great engineer would have set it back to auto after the testing.
Well, yes, I agree, but, you know...
At least he has the wherewithal to think, oh wait, this might have something to do with this thing I worked on earlier.
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh no, imagine realizing you're talking to someone who's probably about to die and you killed them.
Probably fucked you up a bit.
Probably.
But wait, there's more.
Oh god.
The captain was beginning to feel the effects of hypoxia, and this led him to completely ignoring the important question about the auto versus manual setting. And he instead asked, quote, where are my equipment cooling circuit breakers?
What the fuck does that mean?
Nothing.
It's like not a goddamn thing. He might as well have been asking. He might as well have been asking, where are my tuna socks?
But wait, there's more.
Oh god.
This question was the last communication with the aircraft.
Oh. Shit's about to get bad.
The last thing ever said by that captain was a question that meant nothing because he was not in his right mind.
Oh. Poor guy.
So, the aircraft kept climbing until it reached 34,000 feet. Cruising altitude. Because again, it's on fucking autopilot. It has a set course in it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yay.
between 9:30 a.m. and 9:40 a.m., Negrosa Air Traffic Control tried repeatedly to make contact with the plane, to no success. With the plane passing into the Athens air control space at 9:37 a.m. without making contact to Athens air traffic control. So if you pass into different air traffic control areas, you have to make contact with where you're going into to make sure that you're allowed in.
Yeah.
Because if you're not allowed in, they can shoot you down. If you ever see the opening scene from the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, this is exactly that whole thing about airspace.
Yeah.
Or, if you want to be a super nerd like me, it's the neutral zone in Star Trek. That prevents... It's the neutral zone that separates you from going about your business to starting a war with the Klingons.
Yay.
Izzy just screamed, no! Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
At least I'm cute enough to get away with it.
There you go. Come on. Up we go. There
Oh,
we go.
sorry, I had to stretch your back.
That's alright. That's alright.
So, 19 attempts were made to contact the plane between 10:12 a.m. and 10:50 a.m. Again, no response. Wonder why.
Yeah. They were all passed out by that point.
Yep, they were all completely passed out.
Well, at least you're not dying screaming in terror. Oh no! Oh yeah, so about that.
About that, get into that in a little bit. At 10:40 a.m., the plane entered a holding pattern for Athens Airport, again via the autopilot, where it remained for the next 70 minutes.
Oh, Jesus
In
Christ.
70 minutes, it was flying in a circle with all these people on board, completely unconscious.
That's kind of spooky.
It is very spooky. You know who else thought so?
Who?
The two jets that were scrambled from the local Air Force base to go and make contact.
And they were like, hey, why are they just kind of going into... Oh, this is creepy.
The Hellenic Air Force scrambled two F-16 crafts from the local air base to establish visual contact. And they were able to intercept at 11:24 a.m., where they say the first officer was slumped over the controls and the captain was nowhere to be seen. And they confirmed the passenger cabin had the oxygen mask deployed.
Okay.
So, it's not confirmed, but like I said, they reported the captain's nowhere to be seen. You know where that captain probably was?
Where?
Passed out on that floor.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
Because, I mean, they're F-16s. They can only get so close.
That's true.
And it is at 11:49 a.m. where our MVP makes his dramatic appearance.
Okay.
Flight attendant Andreas Prodromo managed to enter the cockpit after having remained conscious using a portable oxygen supply, along with his girlfriend, Paris Charalambos. So, in case it's not... In case I didn't explain it well enough. Masks deployed for passengers come from above. Flight attendants have portable oxygen that they can use, and it has a larger capacity to hold more oxygen. Specifically for this kind of situation, where, yeah, the passengers are passed out and that's bad, but as long as the flight attendants remain conscious enough, there may be an effort to be made to correct the problem or just land the plane.
Yeah.
So,
What about that?
Prodromo, who held a UK commercial pilot license that unfortunately did not include training for Boeing 737s, he attempted to take control of the plane.
Okay, I mean, better than nothing at this point.
That's why I call him our MVP. He was able to wave to the Air Force pilots, but as soon as he had entered the cockpit, the left engine began flaming out due to fuel exhaustion.
Oh no.
So the plane was starting to descend.
Oh no.
Because remember, it's been in this holding pattern for almost an hour and a half.
Oh no.
It's like last week's story with the sudden oxygen displacement. It's things you don't really think about when you're talking about the big things. Like, yeah, we talked about the damage, but then we forget all that oxygen that's getting displaced. Here we're talking about the hypoxia, but we forget, oh yeah, planes run on gas. Gas run out.
This is why we need the solar-powered planes. Or wind-powered. Wind-powered planes? If you could make it work, you'd have a plane that could fly forever, conceivably.
Yeah.
Me and my crazy dreams.
So, well, Prodromo was unable to fully regain control of the craft. He was able to bank the plane away from Athens and towards an uninhabited rural area. And he was doing this right as the right engine was flaming out due to not having any more gas.
So he knew what was about to happen.
He
and he
knew
thought,
what
I'm
was
going to do what I
go-
can
Yep.
to limit how many people die.
That's exactly what he was doing.
That is an actual goddamn hero.
That's why I call him our MVP.
It's an actual goddamn hero right there.
Yep. And he was able to fucking do it. At 12:04 a.m., the aircraft crashed into the hills near Gramatico, 40 kilometers from Athens. Unfortunately, killing all 121 people on board, but no one else in the area was hurt.
Wow. That's genuinely amazing to me.
Andreas Prodromo, you are a hero.
You absolutely are. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So the investigation charges.
Oh yeah, it's time for that.
So the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder, our two best friends, were immediately sent to Paris for analysis after the incident to find out, what happened? What happened?
Matt McMuscles was called. He was like, I can't, I'm not in the what happened phase just yet. I'm still in the super best friends play stage of my career.
Yeah, I'm still friends with Pat at this point.
Oh, that was mean. That was mean. So funny.
So, a thorough analyzation of these devices, investigators were able to identify Prodromo because he had pulled Mayday 5 times through the radio, trying to alert Athens to what had happened. But the radio was still set to Larnaca instead of Athens, and they were too far out of their space to even make contact through the radio.
Ow.
Yeah.
So he's just yelling into the void.
He is literally yelling Mayday into the void. But that's how we were able to identify him, because they had people who had worked with him or with any of the flight crew previously, and they had them listen to him yelling Mayday to try and identify him. Which I'm like, okay, on one hand, we know the name of this fucking hero who was able to save part of the Athens population. But on the other hand, these people had to hear their friend yelling Mayday before he died.
Yeah, but also these people had to hear one of their friends' last moments, and that's just an awful, awful experience.
I would do it if I had to, but I would have serious reservations if it came to a thing if I had to listen to a recording to identify your voice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Again, I would do it, but I will freely admit that would probably haunt my nightmares.
Well, if I'm in a situation where I'm gonna die and I'm being recorded, I'll shout my name out so that way you don't have to be called in to identify my voice.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to it to identify me.
Yeah. Okay. The autopsies performed on the bodies afterwards did determine they were alive at the time of the crash. But they have absolutely no idea if they were conscious or not. If anyone had regained consciousness.
I hope not.
I hope not,
I
too.
genuinely hope not.
Yeah, it's like the last messages people sent from the plane on 9/11.
Or the messages that people live streamed from the Grenfell Tower fire.
Yep.
Social media has fucked us up. Like, well, not in the sense of like, oh, we're so connected to our phones, we're even holding them while we're dying. I don't mean like that. I don't mean like a herder, Nikola Tesla was the devil, and, you know, not like that. I mean in the sense of like...
Sometimes the only way you could possibly be identified would be through these.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your body can be so disfigured no one can identify you just from looking at you.
Yeah.
The Hellenic Air Accident Investigation and Aviation Safety Board listed the following as a chain of events that led to the disaster. So they didn't have like a set list of reasons as to why this happened. They had a timeline of what fucking happened.
It was like, well, there was this, and then afterwards there was this, and then afterwards there was this, and then afterwards there was this, and then this, and then this.
Literally that.
You know what? Fair enough.
So, first was non-recognition by the pilots that the pressurization system was set to manual. Second was non-identification by the crew of the true nature of the problem. Third was incapacitation of the crew due to hypoxia. Fourth was...
Big one.
Yeah. Fourth was, game audio is a bit loud.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the game's getting a little bit loud because there's more screaming people.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. It's my cord on my mouse is getting a little bit frayed. Yeah.
Fix it.
I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah, damn screaming people ruining our games. Alright.
Hopefully that's a bit better.
Yeah, that should be better.
The fourth factor was eventual fuel starvation.
Yeah.
The thing... Admit it, you did not think about that.
I will freely admit, no, I didn't.
I didn't think about that.
There was a brief period of time where I think it, like, vaguely crossed my mind
But
while
then
you were talking about the circling, but I was more just like, oh, shit. You know, I was just spending more time being like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I gotcha. Bird, please be captured quietly, thank you. God damn, people.
Yeah, Jesus, everybody calm down. You're gonna be the moon. Chill. Be happy.
It's like those people who pay $50 to some probable scam artist to have a star named after him.
Yeah.
I've never personally understood that.
I can see the appeal.
I can see the appeal, but my mind just immediately goes, okay, but how do you know that's real? How do you know this gonna stand up? Hey, look, the Titanic.
Speaking of standing up,
Well, not the Titanic.
I can't roll it up yet. I'll come back for that later.
It better. And the fifth event in the chain of events that led to disaster was impact with the ground.
Yeah? That pesky ground.
It did the surface, it sneaks up on you.
It's not the fall that kills you, it's the sudden stop at the end.
Yep. Oh, by the way, the whole thing of, like, passing out from a big fall. So it's like, oh, if you throw yourself off the building, you'll pass out and you'll be unconscious by the time you die. No, but
Yeah, that's not true.
you wake up.
Yeah, that's not true. Very much not true.
You wake up, bitch.
Falling is a pretty awful. I think it was on NCIS where one of the characters said, falling off something is always the worst way to commit suicide. It's a long time to regret your decision, but it's too late to do anything about it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna make it. Fuck.
Maybe you will.
Literally picking up entire bodies of land at this point. Ah,
I mean, hey, that's how you win, bitch.
ah.
Go get a tornado. Go get a plane.
I cannot get the tornado.
That's bullshit.
Fuck! I'm so close! Ah!
Go get that bridge. Oh my god.
Ah!
Chat, lend Bird your energy.
Fuck! Ah!
Bird, you can do it. You can do it. Yes!
Woo! We did it! Woo! We did it! Woo!
Yay.
Fuck you, King! This is what you get! Woohoo!
5 seconds to spare. Damn.
Yay!
We gotta go put a giant squid on the moon.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that South Park episode where they put a whale on the moon.
Is that a South Park episode?
That is a South Park episode because I saw it whenever I was a kid, and the ending credits was just this quiet still of this dead whale on the moon, and it scared me.
Oh. Fun.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's an octopus. It's not a squid, it's an octopus. I done fucked up, and Izzy Van Jizzy is always right.
We are exhausted!
Did you finish the game?
The sky is done! The sky is complete!
Did you finish the game?
I think I did. Phew! We are tired! Rolling a Katamari is very hard!
When the fuck did you get off your fat
Right,
ass?
Prince? Wasn't it hard? Wasn't it? Well, it was hard for us as well.
Fuck off.
To watch it from the cosmos was very hard. So boring. Half asleep we were. I mean, my audience liked it. So we can finally go home. Finally sleep in bed.
Oh my god, sleeping sounds so good.
Today will be a party day, especially since the prince is finally 2 centimeters taller.
Isn't that your goal?
Yeah. We must celebrate! Mother! We need yes! Yes, we fucking do!
There's strawberry
I'm down
cake
for this.
out in the kitchen, and I'm hungry for it. Okay, Izzy's just schooling the chat on the difference between an octopus and a squid.
We're gonna dance. What the fuck? These are the new stars, everyone. And everyone is like, what the fuck happened?
So following the bullshit with the Helios, changes were made.
Lots of changes.
There's some changes.
Lots of changes.
This game just slaps. I think
It really does, yeah.
I think you're right, Izzy, but I'm.
This game speaks to my queer soul. Why don't we have queer culture built around Katamari Damacy?
I think you're looking in the wrong corners of gay.
Maybe. But, like, we have queer culture built around shit like, you know, Miss Honey from Matilda and, you know, cottagecore and shit like that. Why don't we have queer culture built around Katamari Damacy?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the gays. Can you roll around?
Yes, I can. Eee. Okay, continue with the story.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. I have been deep in the Lord of the Rings stuff lately. You're rolling up the countries.
This makes me so happy. This makes me very happy. I'm really glad that we played this. Thank you, chat, for recommending this game. Wait, did chat No, y'all voted for Beyond Good and Evil. I think I just decided we were gonna play this.
I may have mentioned Game Grumps playing it, and you were just like, yeah, let's do that, I guess.
Yeah, because, like, this is way too good of an idea. There's no way that I had this idea myself. Somebody had to have suggested this.
It's either I mentioned Game Grumps played it, or you just looked up a list of, hey, what are some good chill games?
So anyway.
So on August 29, 2005, Helios announced successful safety checks on the Boeing fleet before putting them back into service.
Yay.
Don't worry, guys, we're gonna run a safety check on all of our Boeings after that one, you know, fucked up.
Okay, but Boeing seemed to fuck up a lot. Can we maybe fly a different plane? No, because this is the cheapest to produce. You know that's the reason why they're all Boeings, is because they're the cheapest to mass produce.
Yeah. That's why I hate Boeings. That's another reason why I hate Boeings. There's a lot of reasons I hate them.
I can tell.
They also changed their name from Helios Airways to, I believe, Alpha Jet.
Yeah, I like a good rebrand.
But Cyprus still detained the company's aircraft and froze their company bank accounts for a year. Even after the rebranding.
Okay.
The company announced they would stop operation on October 31st, 2006, and they went out of business.
Oh, wow, what a shock.
Yep.
It turns out that naming yourself after the god of the sun, who infamously crashed his chariot in one of the myths, is probably not a great idea.
Yeah. In March 2011, the Federal Aviation Administration of the U.S. required all Boeing 737s between...
We rolled up the USA! The USA is ours, everyone! Sorry, continue.
Talk about a fucking melting pot.
We have conquered the US!
All Boeing 737s between the 100 and 500 fleet. They were all to be fitted with additional cockpit warning lights to differentiate between pressurization and takeoff configuration. Because again, the alarms were fucking identical.
Identical. Which is probably not a great idea. And I got to Antarctica. Take that, global warming.
Wow, the stars sure are pretty. But I'm sure if the moon were bigger, my mom and dad could come too. I know you can do it.
Fuck off.
That's it.
I love how the game has to tell me, yeah, that's it, you're done. Like, it actually has to tell me, okay, we're done. Stop rolling things up now.
Okay, you did it.
So that was the story of the Helios Flight, and...
Well, I got
sorry.
more.
Oh, sorry, okay, continue.
Fucking interrupting me.
Well, I mean, you know.
So lawsuits and criminal proceedings, of course, came up after this mess.
What? What?
What?
Want to try again with the moon? While you tell me about that.
Gosh, should the alarms make different sounds? Nah, what'll do?
I don't feel like recording more.
We're making it to 2 hours at least, god damn it. The families of the dead sued Boeing on July 24th, 2007 via lawyer Konstantinos Droga, so god damn it. Due to the same alarm being used for the 2 issues on the plane. And I feel they are very right to sue Boeing over this.
You should just sue Boeing because it's Boeing.
I'll say yes. So, they sued Boeing for 76 million euros in compensation, but the lawsuit was later settled out of court for an undisclosed amount.
Yeah.
Because that's how it always fucking goes.
I mean, it's kind of like, do you want to settle or do you want to get pulled into this long, drawn-out court battle with people who have way more money than you ever will? You know?
Well, I watched an episode of Legal Eagle where he and Dr. Mike watched an episode of Grey's Anatomy where they got sued. And he explained, like, the concept of, you know, like, settling things on the court steps.
Mm-hmm.
You missed.
I did.
Where it can happen as late as the day that the jury has come back on their decision making, or a judge has come back on their decision making. Because by then
I'm really getting pissed off now.
Because by then all the evidence has been presented, so they're able to,
We're gonna try that again.
like, see the writing on the wall of, okay, we're definitely gonna win this, or okay, we're definitely gonna lose this. So that's why settlements are often made out of court.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got to learn that. So, on December 23rd, 2008, Helios Airways and 4 of its officials were charged in Cyprus for 119 counts of manslaughter, as well as causing death by recklessness and negligence.
Yay.
Yeah, so they were like, y'all done fucked up.
Yeah, it's like, we gotta call this how it is. Y'all fucked up.
The trial began in November of 2009, and the prosecutors completed their presentation of their case in June of 2011.
Good lord.
Wheels of justice, man.
They move slowly.
Yep. On December 21st, 2011, the case was dismissed, as the panel of judges ruled that there was no, quote, causal association between the defendants and the negligence they were charged with for the fatal accident. They just...
Yeah, they should have been expected to do their jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
One of my favorite lines from, whenever you mentioned the Wheels of Justice and all that jazz, it made me think of my favorite quote from Law & Order SVU. You know, the one with the twins?
Yeah.
And where the doctor who was fucking around with them,
Abusing them, yes.
yeah, who was abusing them, especially the trans one, spoiler alert. Actually, it's a very good, it's a very good episode about gender identity, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's an excellent episode about gender identity. So anyway, and he's sitting on bond for a while, and then he's like, okay, well, he's out on bond, and Alex comes in and says, yeah, the doctor's out on bond as of today, and Elliot's like, I'm surprised he sat in jail for that long, and she goes, well, the wheels of justice move slowly, especially when a file clerk friend of mine misplaces the paperwork. And I was like, I fucking love you, Alex.
Yeah.
That was the moment that I decided I adored Alex and I would do anything for her.
I do love Alex.
Alex is, I feel like she was...
Novak was my favorite. And
Novak was
fight
great.
Anybody.
Novak was great, but I just feel like Alex was the best one out of all of them. I feel like she had the best chemistry with everybody.
Yeah.
That's not a diss on Novak. Novak was great in her own way too. It's just Alex really just felt like a member of the team.
Yeah. Barbo was pretty good.
I was no longer watching whenever Barbo came in.
Barba.
Barba. I was no longer watching by the time.
I don't blame you. So the Sabra Attorney General filed an appeal for the dismissal in December of 2012, and the Supreme Court set aside the dismissal to order a new trial. So they were gonna try to charge him as much as they possibly could.
We'll keep charging everything in this courtroom as long as you're one of the things.
Yes. And 2 months later, the retrial was dropped due to double jeopardy as the charges were already heard in Athens.
Yeah.
No justice.
No justice, no peace.
In December 2011, shortly after the end of the case in Cyprus, a new trial started in a Greek magistrate's court against CEO. I'm gonna have a lot of names here. I'm gonna mispronounce some of them, and I apologize now. CEO Dimitris Pantazis, flight operations manager, Georgos Kikidis, former chief pilot Yankos Stoimenov, and chief engineer Alan Irwin to be charged with manslaughter.
And Alan.
And Alan. Alan was there too. There you go.
Let's catch all the tuna.
So in April 2012, all were found guilty and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, but they remained free on bail pending an appeal.
Okay.
It's the same thing that happened with the captain of the Costa Concordia.
Yeah. Well, except he did end up seeing the inside of a jail cell.
I mean, some of them did.
Well, he's actually gonna be in there for a while.
Yeah. In 2013, Irwin was successful in his appeal, but all the other defendants lost. So Irwin was able to get out.
He was just like, "Can I leave?" he pulled a Emperor's New Groove. Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
You're excused.
Anyone else? Oh, no, we're good. I kind of like how everyone else was like, nah. If you've not seen Emperor's New Groove, please watch Emperor's New Groove.
I actually had a dream about Emperor's New Groove earlier today.
It's a genuine.
I want to go watch it.
It's.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's one of the few things where David Spade is actually funny, and therefore you should watch it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how you need to watch The Producers just because it's one of the few things Will Ferrell is actually funny in.
Yeah. So, 2013, Irwin got his appeal. Everyone else, they were like, no. But wait, there's more.
Oh god.
While the 10-year sentence stood, the remaining defendants had the option to pay out 79,000 euro to buy out their sentence.
Wow.
But wait, there's more.
That's just blatant, yeah. That is just blatantly. That is mask off saying, yeah, our justice system is made for the rich.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
Stoimenov was actually able to avoid jail time and paying off the fine due to intervention from the Bulgarian government because they felt he was innocent of all charges.
Which one was he?
Stoimenov was the former chief pilot.
Wait, so what did he do in the midst of all this? Like,
he was just one of the higher ups of the company.
It's still kind of like that's sus.
Yeah, it's still sus.
Yeah. It's one of those like where I can't feel righteous fury, but also still sus.
Yeah. So relatives of the dead later did file a class action suit against the Cyprus government, especially the Department of Civil Aviation for negligence that led to the disaster. But I couldn't find any more information on what happened with that.
It just vanished into thin air. The lawsuit, not the information.
Yeah. So what have we learned today, kids?
I genuinely don't know. I got hypoxia halfway through that, so I have no reasoning ability to discern what the lesson here was.
Fair enough. Yeah, Izzy, never fly Boeing.
Yeah.
Fuck Boeing.
But you don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, you really don't have much of a choice. Yes, Izzy, never stay close to an Italian dam.
Yeah, that's also a good one, yeah.
And just don't fly. We're gonna road trip it to TwitchCon next time.
Are you driving?
I'll probably drive for a lot of it if I could pick the music.
Okay.
That's my thing, is I don't really mind driving for long distances as long as I have something good to listen to.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I'm so okay driving to see my boyfriend each week, because that's an hour-and-a-half drive. As long I pick out episodes of a podcast to listen to on the way there, and I'm good.
I will say that during the pandemic, there were periods in time where I would just, like, get into my car and be like, oh, I have to go, and I would just leave just so I could be away from everybody.
I do the same thing sometimes.
Like, I would get home, y'all, I'm not joking, I would get home from, like, grocery shopping, and grocery shopping was such a mentally taxing thing during the pandemic, as I'm sure all of you probably remember. It was a very mentally taxing thing to see all of those bare shelves, and I would just, like, get home, and I would just, like, I honestly would sit in my truck for, like, 10 minutes before I finally came in and told you all that I was home.
Yeah.
Because I just needed a minute.
Sometimes I do the same thing that I did in college, where it'll be late at night or even in the middle of the night, and for some reason I'll be awake and just have energy, and I'll just get in my car and drive around.
Yeah.
No set destination in mind. Whenever I was at college, there was the one main road that ran through the town from my college, and I would just keep going down that road as far as I felt comfortable. And then I would find a driveway and just turn around. And come back exactly the way I came.
Yep. Come on. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm okay driving places. I mean, hell, last time I went to go see our mom, because that's a 3.5-hour drive, almost 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a couple episodes of Last Podcast on the Left lined up in a playlist, and I didn't even finish the playlist by the time I got there.
Nice. I like listening to Oxhorn whenever I drive because, okay, so one thing that I actually really love doing, especially when I was working insulation, is I would listen to Oxhorn's LA Noire playlist because he would basically narrate the whole thing. It was like listening to a radio drama, and I really, really loved it.
I'm getting back into listening to Oxhorn. I've restarted his Fallout 3 playlist.
Mm-hmm. Have you listened to his Obra Dinn playlist?
Yes! Oh my god, I love the Obra Dinn.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just save him for whenever I'm chilling at the house or doing chores around the house. I don't save him for driving because his voice is so soothing, it puts me asleep sometimes.
Oh.
Like, he is one of the playlists that I have set up for whenever I'm going to bed.
Nice.
Because I need to have a little bit of noise whenever I'm going to bed, and I'll just have them at a low volume where you can kind of hear, but you don't have to focus. You can just feel the deep, soothing voice.
Mm-hmm. When I want something to listen to help me relax to sleep, I will put on Batsy Vidya's Sekiro playlist.
Ah, yeah. So Bird knows this. Sometimes I like to do chores around the house. And whenever
Thankfully, because it saves me from having to do them.
Yeah. And whenever I do, nobody can talk to me.
Yeah.
Nobody can speak to me at all, because I will have just a podcast going in my ear the entire time. I have started listening to Morbid Curiosity podcast, and I have a sleep podcast playlist on Spotify specifically for True Crime Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've told you about them, but chat, True Crime Brewery is a pretty good one because they go very in-depth on certain cases. Excuse me. True Crime Brewery is a husband and wife. The wife used to work a bit as a nurse, and the husband was a pediatric doctor for like 25, 30 years.
Good God.
Yeah, so especially whenever they talk about, like, medical things, especially having to do with kids, he'll go deep into, like, especially, okay, so a good example is Diane Schuler. You know I'm obsessed with that place.
Yep.
So Diane Schuler, how she was a functioning alcoholic and how her body adapted and how it could have acted completely normal the day of the crash. He explains all of that. Like, yeah, this is very much possible. Here's exactly how it happened.
Good no.
And, like, all the medical explanations her family tried coming up with to excuse her behavior, he's like, no. A, it's extremely rare. B, this is exactly how that condition works. And C, she did not display any of the symptoms of having this. Okay, Z, give me a second. I'll link my playlist in... I'll put it in tragedy topics.
Yeah, that's something to put in tragedy topics.
Because this playlist is it's just cases that I have heard of, and I like hearing other people talk about. Because I have in my episode playlist for Spotify, a whole bunch of them are just of the exact same topic from a whole bunch of different podcasts, because I'm just like, I want to hear different viewpoints on this.
Yeah.
Like the Chris Watts case, Diane Schuler, Andrea Yates, like, all of it's so fascinating. Some of the opinions that they have are not good, but sometimes it is interesting to hear, at least.
Right.
Even if I don't agree.
What's something that they've said that you don't agree with?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe I'm good at finding ones that agree with me so I don't have to expand my worldview.
Maybe. You and your echo chamber.
Yeah. Another one that I like to listen to is Sinisterhood. It's two women from the South discussing true crime, and one amazing episode they have is about Ethan Couch, aka the affluenza case.
Oh God, that
You remember that?
I do remember that guy.
They had a long talk about that, especially how he's just a spoiled rich little brat and a little shit, and how his parents enabled him so badly.
But the thing is, like, and it's the thing that people don't seem to think about. Okay, yeah, sure. The culture that influences this kind of behavior, yeah, it does influence that kind of behavior, and it makes you, like, not really think about right and wrong. I will actually agree with that.
Yeah.
But most kids who grow up in that culture just become insufferable little twats who post all their rich shit on Instagram. They don't kill people.
Yeah. Alright, so I've linked my True Crime Brewery Sleep playlist.
Nice.
And it doesn't directly... Most of the time it doesn't have the victim or the murderer's name in the title. It'll just have a little blurb of what happened. Like, Munchausen by proxy, postpartum psychosis, no girls allowed. Oof.
Oh, is that... What's that one about?
This woman kept killing her baby girls because she wanted boys.
Ugh. Gross. Did she ever have any boys?
I think she had one or two boys.
Good God. And so she just was she was just offing them until she got what she wanted?
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
One case I love hearing a whole litany of people talk about is the Shonda Scherer case.
Okay. What's that one?
The 14-year-old girl who was killed by, like, 4 other girls because...
The Slender Man thing?
No.
Oh, no. She survived.
Yeah, she survived.
Yeah, the Slender Man, the girl who was attacked by the Slender Man people, she survived. That's an amazing story. She was a fucking child, and she dragged herself from the woods where they lured her out to all the way to the fucking road to find help. That girl is amazing.
Yep.
That girl's incredible.
Yeah, the Shonda Scherer case, Shonda, she dated the wrong girl. Because this girl had an ex-girlfriend named Melinda Lovelace.
Oh.
Extremely jealous. Like, abusive and psychotic almost.
Jesus.
And Melinda knew a couple other girls who were willing to go in with her on killing Shonda.
Jesus Christ.
And they did. And it was a long, drawn-out process over an entire night.
Fucking hell.
They kept hitting her, they kept stabbing her, and they decided, okay, we're gonna burn her. They had her wrapped in a sheet. This is the next tragedy topic, I guess. Whenever they were getting her out of the trunk in this abandoned field to burn her body, she sat up and went, "Mommy," and they hit her with a tire iron again. And that was the last word she ever said. And
probably because by that point she was probably so fucking delirious.
yeah. And whenever they laid her down, they covered her in gas and lit a match to burn her. She was still alive. And they were actually driving away at one point, but they saw the smoke starting to dissipate and they're like, oh shit, she's not completely burned, someone's gonna find her. They went back and like poured more stuff on her to burn her and kept doing it.
God.
This is an awful case.
This is a horrifying story.
I did not even get into near any amount of detail about it.
Jesus. Imagine you just dating some chick and
she was like 12 or 14 years old.
oh my god.
She was a little kid, just coming into terms with her sexuality.
So this was all like teenagers, were they?
Yeah, these were teenagers.
Fucking
I
hell.
think the oldest was like 16 years old.
God.
Yeah, Stephanie Harlow did a 4-part on Shonda Schreier.
Oh, okay.
Scherer. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name. I'm sorry. Yeah, Melinda has been released.
Fuck that noise.
Shonda's mother actually kind of forgave her after so many years.
Okay. Good for you, lady.
It's a weird
I guess.
thing.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Down with the fucking culture that tells women to forgive shit.
Yeah. Oh, on my True Crime Brewery playlist, I do include the episodes where they talked about Chris Watts.
Yeah, I've been getting a little bit obsessed with the Chris Watts story. A little less obsessed with him and more with the amazing polygraph interrogator.
Yeah.
Who gave him his polygraph, because she was fucking incredible.
Have you listened to True Crime Obsessed episodes?
I'm gonna listen to it at some point this weekend.
Okay. Because it's fucking good. I'm listening to True Crime Obsessed talk about the Preppy murder right now, because they're doing a small series on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never heard of the Preppy murder until now.
I don't know what that is.
A girl was raped and murdered in Central Park in the 80s.
Ooh.
And the kid who did it was this epitome of the classic handsome rich kid.
Oh.
Little boy. A big crux of his defense that they did was, look at this kid. He's too handsome to have to force people into having sex with him. That was a big crux of his defense.
Ugh.
And Jillian and Patrick are just not fucking having it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's a lot.
You know, that defense doesn't work as well as you think it does. Like, oh, well, I wouldn't have to rape anyone. I'm too handsome. It's like, yeah, all that handsome never covered up that horrible fucking personality.
And the thing was, he's supposed to be this epitome of this rich kid, from New York, like Upper East Side. That's what they call the preppy kids.
Mm-hmm.
His family was poor. He was just good at playing the game of being rich.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Probably stole shit too.
He did. They actually
How did I know? How did I know? How did I know? No.
You have good rational thinking skills.
Yeah, like the thing that you said that his family was really poor. I was like, oh, he must have stole shit to make him. And
His
like,
mother was a live-in nurse for like very wealthy families, like the Kennedys and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she decided, I want my son to have something like this. I want my son to be in this world. It just...
Little did she know.
Yep.
So was this a case of like his parents enabled him, or like
His mother kind of enabled and encouraged it.
oh.
And he was around with the people who didn't have their parents around, you know?
I did it?
Ted Bundy was handsome. Ask his ex-lovers how their dates went.
There was a guy who ended up being a serial killer, and he was on one of those dating shows.
Yep.
And like, originally he was the one that she had picked, but then she decided not to go on the date with him because he gave her a weird feeling.
Yep.
And girl, good on you for following that. I picked up the Thunder God.
Yep.
Girl, good on you for following that instinct.
Yeah.
Good job.
She literally saved her own life doing that.
Yeah, because he 100% he would have killed her.
100%.
So, y'all, if you get a weird feeling off somebody, just listen to the feeling.
And that's why I did not go to that job interview.
Yeah. Yeah, Kayla had a possible job interview, and then she, like, saw the building it was gonna be in, which was, like, a storage building, basically. And she was like, nah.
Nope.
Because it looked so fucking sketch.
Plus, I knew what part of town it was in. It was not a good part.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to those instincts, everybody.
Yeah.
If something makes you go, this doesn't feel right, then listen to that instinct. Who cares if it hurts somebody's feelings? Listen to your instincts. Yeah, the date gaming, dating game.
Dating game.
Rapist.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy how he ended up on a dating game.
And you can still see the footage today.
Yeah. He's like, what's your favorite time of day? Nighttime. That's when the interesting stuff happens. Which, like, from a normal person, that would, like, be, oh, ha, sex joke. That's funny. You know, like, you would just be always being a little risque. That's cute. But when you know everything about Rodney, Alcala, it's like, oh, fuck, no.
Let's see.
I think the moon is possibly going to be big enough.
I would certainly fucking hope so.
I'm literally rolling up clouds. Which this is not how clouds work, but okay.
Clouds are heavy as shit.
Yeah. We did it!
Yay! Woo! Let me see what else I got on my playlist. Oh, the Skeleton Brothers. Ooh.
I didn't send you that video of them of the police interrogating that one guy who'd been shot in the fucking face.
No, you didn't send me that video.
I need
You told me all about.
Yeah, I need to send that to you. There was a guy who got shot in the fucking face by a couple of home invaders, and the cops just started interrogating him, and he was like, this dude is suffering severe brain damage, and it's obvious he's suffering brain damage. And he's just like, they hit me with the dishwashers, and he was like, and the cop was like,
It's like, yeah, and hypoxia.
yeah, and the cop was like, where do they bring in dishwashers? I thought that they had revolvers. The guy goes, yeah, revolvers, that's what I said, because he was suffering from aphasia. Aphasia is a thing, by the way, where in your head, you're saying one word. Like, let's say that if I have aphasia, that can manifest itself in, if I'm trying to say hello to you, I can end up saying cell phone.
Yep.
But to me, it sounds like I said hello. Was the video? No, actually, it was white. The cops were just fucking stupid.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, do we want this Katamari to be the moon or so? Oh, we want this to be the fucking moon.
Worked hard to make it the moon.
Yeah, I worked very hard to make this the moon. Yeah, like that episode of House where he's talking about, where he says, I couldn't tackle the bear, and he's trying to say he's bipolar.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad both got rolled into their Katamari. Now that the moon's better, the entire family's here. Hooray!
Seems kind of horrifying, but okay.
Japan.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think that's probably a good, wrap up for Katamari Damacy and today's episode of DisasterCast.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just looking through my playlist now of like, huh, what other murders interest me that I could possibly talk about to kill time if need be.
I think we'll probably wrap up there. So how did y'all like today's episode, and how did you like, how I hope y'all enjoyed Katamari Damacy, because I really did. We're gonna be doing...
I was about to say, you better like it, because we're gonna be getting...
Yeah, you better like it, because we're gonna be doing more of this, because that was really fun. Yeah, I do hope that you all enjoyed that, because that was... I really liked that. That was really fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. What was out of that? Oh, yeah, the music is great. Music fucking slaps. We'll definitely be doing the next Katamari... What is the next... hang on, let me check and see.
I was about to say.
Katamari Damacy timeline. I guess series is probably what I want to look up. Okay, so Katamari... So the first one is Katamari Damacy. The second one is We Love Katamari. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Namco Bandai followed up with 2005 sequel, We Love Katamari. New environments and improved physics. Okay. And then we won't do the PSP one. We won't do Me and My Katamari. And there's a Katamari Damacy Mobile. We're gonna skip that.
Nah.
Beautiful Katamari's on Xbox 360. I could dust off the Xbox 360 for Beautiful Katamari, if need be. And then we'll probably go to Katamari Forever, unless I'm bored with it by that point.
You won't be.
I won't be, no. There's one called Touch by Katamari, and that concerns me.
No. I'm putting my foot down. No. I need to send you this episode of True Crime Brewery. It's called The Dungeons and Dragons Murder.
Don't ruin Dungeons and Dragons for me. I really love Dungeons and Dragons. Mainly because I can play as a monk, and monk is fucking broken. If you ever want to fuck with if you ever want to fuck with with your dungeon master's head, play monk. Your DM will be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Yeah. Anyway, is anyone live? Let me see if anybody's live.
Mink should be.
Is she live by now?
I saw the notification a little bit while ago.
Oh, well, in that case.
I guess... Hold on, what's our raid message?
Oh, we need a raid message. What's the raid message? What's the raid message, everybody?
Planes crash, dams break, but Katamari is eternal.
There we go. Everybody take a minute, copy what Izzy wrote down. Planes crash, dams break, but Katamari is eternal. Tomorrow, by the way, everyone, we will be continuing Beyond Good and Evil. So that will be continuing tomorrow. And, which, I hate how much I'm loving Beyond Good and Evil, because, like...
You wanted to hate it?
Well, no, it's just gonna make it extremely sad whenever either Beyond Good and Evil 2 either gets canceled, or it comes out and it's absolute dog shit.
Yeah, because you know it's only gonna be one or the other.
Exactly. It's either, like, not gonna come out or it's gonna be absolute fucking dog shit. Anyway, planes crash, dams break, but Katamari is eternal. Thank you all very much for coming out today. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be continuing Beyond Good and Evil.
You just said that.
And then next Sunday, we'll do more Katamari Damacy.
Hopefully I will have 3 stories that time.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming out. Bye, everybody.
Bye!
Bye!